Hey everyone, welcome to today's clinic with Tim Madden. Okay, so I am just going to try to help you where you need the most help, whether it's looking at your automation system, trying to get a hold of someone, interview if you have upcoming interviews. When someone asks me, what are you looking for compensation wise? The first thing I start with, hey, that's a great question. There's two ways you can do it. Depends on your personality, right? For me, I like to add a little humor. So I say something like, hey, Derek, I'm just looking to make fair market value, be able to take a vacation once a year, put some money away for retirement, send my kids to a good school, kind of joking and say, hey, what's the budget for this role? But let's say they say, hey, there's no budget set, right? My next question would say, well, I'm just trying to get fair market value of what a VP of sales should make in a similar industry in this, right? And I'm sure we can come to terms on that. Hey, based on your expertise in this industry, do you believe that they're giving fair market value for this role? Yes. Yeah. Okay, great. Then put me through. Well, I need to give you a number. Oh, yeah, no problem. What do you think fair market value is for this in this area? See how I just kind of still put it back on her? Here's like range and budget, number one. Number two, hey, what's the fair market value, right? I still can't give you that, but I need a number. Hey, Julie, I probably know what you're worried about. You're probably worried about me giving some outrageous number, and they're over budget and all of these things, or maybe you're worried about me making it to the final round and us being way off in compensation. Would that be accurate? Hey, I can guarantee you that won't happen, okay? In my next position, here's what I'm really focused on, right? Can I make an impact? Can I add value? Can I do the things that I really want to do for my next career move? That's what's most important. And I know that if that aligns, the compensation is going to fall into place. If you ever come in second place, which is likely to happen from some of you here, you're competing with other people at your level, right? Oh, this specific situation was, hey, Derek, they really did love you, but they decided to go with an internal candidate. There's two ways you can handle this. One, shit. All right, man. And cry our sorrows away, right? Or you can say, hey, that's okay. Hey, if that person so much as takes a half step back, doesn't want to relocate, doesn't want to do this, gets a counter offer from somewhere else, you call me immediately because I'd love to work for you. Hey, in the meantime, what other opportunities do you think would, that you're working on right now or working on in the near future that you think might be a right fit? Remember, on each of these calls, here's what I see all of the time. Just a lot of complaining, number one. Here's what, maybe if you're taking one note for today, where is the opportunity on every call where you get to a company that knows that they probably want to hire you, but they're trying to figure out where to put you? Is the company going to hire you if you can't help them grow their business, increase efficiency, or solve some of the challenges they have? Probably not. So remember, when you're on these interviews of like, we want to bring you on, we need to see where you were fit. So the best question to ask is, you're being fielded questions. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Yes, I can. You probably used our little storytelling or STAR method. Because remember, we need to pull out what's on that decision maker's mind. Is he trying to increase efficiency, prevent turnover, grow this business unit, get into different markets, use techs, have better supply chain routes, whatever it is, right? If we don't identify that, we had a bad freaking interview. So make sure there's two questions you always want to ask on the interview, which is, what are you really looking for? Where's the biggest growth opportunity? Where's the biggest opportunity to increase efficiency? What are the biggest challenges in your business? Now, pay very close attention. That isn't enough. When you ask one of those questions and he says something, you need to use clarifying questions, probing questions, and consequences. How do we influence decisions? We'll do a role. I'm just going to ask you some questions. Just play along with me, right? Do you want to get in shape? How big of a priority is this in your life right now to get in shape as quickly as possible? If I were to show you a couple additional services we could provide where you could reach your goals sooner by having meal preps, individual coaching, etc., is that something you'd be open to? People are going to do this because of challenges that they have in their life and what their goals are. And here's the thing, if we don't have clearly defined goals, if we're not clear in goals, there's no why. First impressions is not only verbal communications, it's how people look too. you better come in and leave that interview. They better be thinking like, wow, so glad we met with Joanne. She's on it. Her pitch was good. She has great questions. She asked a lot of stuff we haven't even thought of before. Man, we have some really big problems. And then she wrapped it in on how she could serve us too. Let's get her hired sooner than later, because someone's probably going to steal her. She said she's going on other interviews. So make sure you have that, right? Make sure you can do a little icebreaker with a little humor to break the ice at the beginning. It makes you feel a little less nervous too.